Good afternoon, Flosstube. It's Lori of Mischievous Stitches. I want to welcome all of you to my channel today. I'm very glad that you stopped by to visit with me. If you're here for the cross stitch. And this is Flosstube after all, where we celebrate our stitches, but here in America, we're also celebrating Mother's today. So I want to take this opportunity to wish you all a very happy Mother's Day. Now my children all came over for a few hours today. We had a nice meal. I was gifted with a few cards and a few little handmade gifts, which handmade is always best. And we just enjoyed each other's company. Having my children around me, like with everyone else, just feeds my soul, my grandchildren, my children, watching them interact with one another, just loving one another, laughing, enjoying the company. It just feeds my soul, and I'm so glad they came over. I'm very thankful for the gifts, but the best gift was just having them here. So as far as cross stitch this week, I did get a couple of things. I pulled out an old piece that's been waiting in the wind, waiting for the perfect opportunity for a start. I kitted that up. I did make a small finish, but I've been feeling a lot of pressure between work and my stitches. I love to jump on the train of Sal train with my friends, but sometimes I just get overwhelmed and I'm feeling that way. So I've listened to your comments or read them in the past few videos where I've discussed that, and I think I'm going to let one of the pieces that I planned on stitching go for now, and I'll talk about it in just a minute. But I did make one small finish this week, and I'm going to share it with you now. This is Toes in the Sand. This is a hands-on design piece. I'm going to be taking a class at Barefoot Needlearts in June 11th to finish this up. It's going to be finished into a hanging ornament, a circular hanging ornament, and I'm very excited to be taking a class from Kathy. Now, I've met her before at some of the prior Pals retreats several years ago. Nice as she can be, I watch a lot of her tutorials on her Flosstube channel, and she's very gracious and giving to give those tutorials for us for finishing. You can learn a lot from her, but I'd really enjoy being with someone in person. So I'm really looking forward to this class, and I'm thankful that I have this one stitched and ready to go. So this was my homework, so my homework is complete. I got this kit about a month ago from Barefoot. I picked it up when I was there for a visit. This is one of Barefoot Needlearts, one of their fabrics. Off the top of my mind, I can't remember what the name of it is now. But it was kitted so nicely, so I don't know if Barefoot kitted it or it was actually Kathy. But all the threads came in these little small plastic pouches with the DMC numbers on it. And it come with this floss ring, as well as this little card, which was just a snippet of the actual stitch piece itself. So now I have it all stitched up. I'm so excited for the class. But the attention to detail here I just love. She's got a cute little crab here with his little googly eyes, 3 little seagulls there, as well as some starfish, and you've got a sand dollar here. There's a string of lights. You can imagine this is maybe just after sunset. There's a string of lights through the palm trees there. There's even coconuts at the top. Just lots of little details that I love about this one. And it'll be fun to have it finished up and take that class from Kathy, because I'm really looking forward to it. So this week I did get one item in. I did see this at one of the last retreats I attended. And I got online and I found one and ordered it, and it's just a little metal stand. It folds up really nicely. It's easy to place into, you know, one of the larger project pouches or into your project bag when you're going on retreat. And so I just fold it out, and then it has the stand behind it, and you can elevate it to different levels, so you can lean it back or have it more standing. And you've got something else here, as you can see, that'll help hold your pattern in place so it's not going to slip off the stand. I've also seen other stitchers with it, and they've either put stickers on it, which I think is really cute, or there's another little hook that has a magnet on the back that people will hang their scissors on where it's here, as well as needle minders. So all of those, I'm sure I'll deck mine out with those things too at some point, but I've only used it once so far when I was stitching downstairs. I do have a larger setup here with a Loran board, one of the wide ones, so I usually have more than one pattern because I'm usually stitching through the week on different things. But this will work perfectly when I go to a stitch. And I'll put a link below to this particular stand that I got, and there's several different colors. I'm interested in a couple of the other colors, but I really don't need them. So what else have I worked on other than that piece? Actually, I haven't had the opportunity. I had the willingness to do so, but I have to get off work at a certain time, and work hasn't tapered off. Still long hours. I did take this past Friday off, and this Friday was because I have to, when I work my day off, I have to take it off sometime in the future. So because I worked my holiday for Christmas, even though it's May, I'm taking my day off for working Christmas because I don't get paid to work my days off. So I did take Friday off, and I thought, well, I'll get some stitching done. My husband and I, as I've also shared in some previous videos, we are converting Jacob's old room into my husband's office. So Friday, I spent the day wiping the walls down, really deep cleaning the trim. We had the carpet cleaned in all the rooms, but up here in my stitch room, all the others, the stairway, everything was cleaned professionally last week, and then back to the room. So I finished up by cleaning the windows. I pulled the blinds down. I haven't washed those yet, but that will probably be done in the next day or so. And then we painted. So I spent most of Friday edging all the edge work around the room, and then came back in later that evening after my husband got off, and we painted the entire room. And it feels great. It looks great, and I can't wait to do all the things and the ideas I have. I want to make it really his room, or we're going to make it his room. I want his input on everything. We did go today. He wanted some floating shelves. We bought some shelving to put up in there, and we'll get those put up later this week as well. So that's taken a little bit of my spare time. But there's so many things, because I'm working such long hours. My yard has just really gotten, to me, it's out of hand. It's not something I can't get back in control, but I know that takes even more time. And to be honest, I do enjoy my gardening, but cross stitch helps my mind calm. And even the painting of the room, it helps my mind calm. So right now, that's really what I'm needing, no matter what I'm feeding my spare time into, something that just can focus my mind on something other than the stresses of life. And edging around a room, I'm a little OCD, so it just calms me, and that's the reason stitching works for me as well, and weeding works for me. So anyway, any of those things that I can feed my time into really helps right now. So anyway, so what am I going to do this week? So I had signed up to do, and I shared them in my last video. I'll just show you a quick view of them. I've got 3 sales going on right now. And one of them is with my friends, Mary, Natasha, and April. And this one has no pressure at all. I did start it last week. Our start date was for the 1st of May. And it is for Cottage Bouquet. And it's on the cover of Hello Spring by Teresa Kogut. I made a small start on this one last week. Was due to pick it up back up Wednesday. That's what I had planned for myself, and it just didn't work. And that was all I got done last week. But it was still a start. The good thing is they love me, and we sell all the time. So this one is a no pressure sale. Excuse me. I've got a fiber fuzz on my tongue. Okay, and this one is a stitch along for my friend Kira's birthday. Her birthday month is May, and it's Mira May. She's never done a Mira, and I pulled out this old WIP. I still haven't put a stitch in it, but this is Fiesta del Ricamo. So it's an older memorabilia, and I started it in Mania of 2018. And so I pulled this out to work on it, and I put no stitches, but this is as far as I've gotten. And you can't see in here, but the piece is a very light, like a baby's breath, a very, very pale pink, but it's a beautiful piece of fabric that I've put this pattern right in the middle of. And I will work on that, but I think when I sit down in just a few minutes, I'm going to stitch for about an hour or so, and then I'm going to go down and finish cleaning up what I can of my kitchen, tidy it back up. But I'm just going to work on this Bristol Squirrel sampler that I'm stitching with my friend Christine. I know I showed this last week because I have finished this motif here, and I'll probably put at least one more in because I work on this each weekend. And I should be able to do that in probably a little more than an hour, but that'll be my goal for now. And then I pulled out a piece. I have made some new stitch friends in the past few months. We all met at a retreat, and we do things together, and we talk during the week, texting back and forth, just enjoying each other's time. And a lot of the things we did at the last gathering was to do with flamingos. And so flamingos, every time I see one, it makes me think of them, and it made me think of this pattern, and it's from maybe 20 years ago. A lot of you may have seen it, but this is Crosswing Collection Pretty in Pink. And I remember when this came out, I had a few friends that stitched this up because they were crazy about birds. And they had already stitched a few pieces from Crosswing, and I was just in a total different mindset of what I enjoyed with stitching. And so this one did not appeal to me at all. But I had the pattern. So I got to thinking about it this week, and I pulled it out, and I even downloaded a flamingo pattern off of Etsy, and this one just kept coming back to me. And so I kitted it up all but the fabric. So here are the colors. Of course, it's a flamingo, so you have all those pinks. And I'm sure the grays and things are probably its eyes and beak, but I'm looking forward to it. So then I reached out to my friends at Barefoot Needlearts and shared a picture of this and asked if Amy, who is the linen expert there at Barefoot, if she could pair this piece with the perfect fabric. So she's going to dye some things up for us this week, and I can't wait to see what she comes up with. I think she already had it's a color that she has dyed before, just didn't have any in stock. And of course, a few of the girls jumped in and wanted to order this pattern, and so Memory is going to order a few for us so that we can start this one together, and I'm looking forward to it. And it's going to be hard. It's really hard not to try to start this now with something I have on hand, but the fabric is one of those, to me, rare exceptions where I don't feel like a solid color piece will do. Most times I don't need the hand dyes. I'm okay with a solid color, but this one, I think it needs that pop of colors in the background. And so looking forward to what Amy sends. So I also pulled out, since it's a flamingo, I kitted it up with a pair of pink scissors and a scissors fob my daughter-in-law Cheyenne made, and I think it's just perfect. So hopefully I'll have some fabric, and I'll be making a start on this in the next month or so. And again, this one's not a pressure. It's just something that was, because I'm not stitching, it doesn't mean I'm not thinking of stitching, but it's something I could do that doesn't take much time. It doesn't take a lot of time to pull some threads. And then I have several others down there, but the most pressing one, the one that I think that I'm going to let go for now is one of the square hands-on designed. It's a pin pillow, and it's beautiful, but I don't have the fabric, and I thought I did. And I was going to make a small start on it because there's a class, finishing class with the local ladies next month, and I don't have the fabric. So I don't think that I can order the fabric, get it in, and get it stitched. I'm not giving myself enough time. So I may still go ahead and order the fabric and start the piece, but I won't be finishing in the class. But I think I plan to attend the finishing class just so I can see what's going on and get an idea of how to go about it, because we're going to be, I think the premise of the class is we're going to be learning together. So when they assemble it, I can make notes of things that they found that makes it easier, that kind of thing. So I'm still planning on attending it, but I'm not going to have a finish on my piece. And it just makes me feel good to be able to let that go, just to take that off of my plate for right now. And I'll enjoy the fellowship, but I'll still be learning. So that'll be a good thing too. And then what else is there? There's nothing. I've really tried to curb, for the most part, unless I'm in a shop, tried to curb my stitch spending. I did go out today. My daughter-in-law has a piece that she recently finished, and I told her, you know, don't have it professionally framed. We'll find a frame. We can paint a frame. We can get what you need. And I found a frame today for her at Goodwill, and I got the paint. I got it painted today. So when she come over for dinner, she brought it with her, and we were going to try to do it then, but she had washed it, so it was just a little bit too damp to frame. So I told her if she leaves it here with me, I will get it done sometime this week. I should be able to do that. It shouldn't take too long, so I'm excited to be able to do that for her so she can have one of her frame pieces on her wall. So that's exciting. I did get the paint. I'm sorry. Let me say it one more time. I did get the frame painted. So I just need to, I want it to dry for a couple of days before I try to put her stitching in and get it pinned up. But I have everything here. I don't have to purchase anything. And it just makes me feel good to know that I can do that for her. And what else is going on? Other than that, I'm just going to try to work on my couple of sales. I do have a shop model that I'm working on, and I'm not going to put any pressure on myself this week. I don't want to do it. It's taking the fun out of my stitches. And then I want to flip forward to a giveaway. So last week I offered a giveaway, and I had 3 of this wonderful pattern from October House Needlearts, Robin. And this is Gingerbread Row. And I have 3 of them. And I pulled the winners before I did the video. I've not left a comment on their comment, but I will do that sometime this evening after the video uploads. The first winner is Iris Cope. Congratulations, Iris. Leslie Reinhardt. Congratulations, Leslie. And Bonnie Deering. Congratulations to you as well, Bonnie. So I will leave a comment underneath your comment in last week's video letting you know that you've won. I will need your mailing address, and I will get these out to you as soon as I get your mailing address. So I did do another pull because I've done a few giveaways over the past few videos, and I've been able to mail out everything with the exception of one. I apologize. My husband's going outside. I'm sure you can hear my garage door opening. But this design, Vineyard Fair, I've reached out to the winner a couple of times. I've heard nothing back, so I did another pull from that video. The video is named Keep Those Stitches Crossed, and the winner of this one is Sherry Arlene. So again, even with Sherry, I will go back to her comment later on this evening and leave a message below. My email address is always listed in the description box below my videos. So if if you will just send me a quick email, let me know your name and address, I will get this out to you. So congratulations. Then I've got another one for this week. This one is the only pattern of hers from Market that I did not order, even though I wanted to. I love this pattern, everything about it. I may change it to red, but I'm not real sure. But this is American Blue by October House Needlearts. Again, if you've been with me the past few weeks, I know you've already heard this, and I don't mean to bore you with it, but I just do want to say that Robin is very gracious to have sent these to me for giveaways, and I'm so happy to be able to get them out to you. And I would hope that if you do win a pattern, that you reach out to her. I will list her information below for Instagram, so you can just send her a message thanking her for the pattern, because they're not from me. They're from Robin of October House Needlearts. I'm just the messenger. I'm just the one mailing them out to you. So if you're interested in winning one of these 2 copies, I want you to leave a comment down below in this video. And I don't want you to mention giveaway. I don't want you to mention free pattern. I want you to be older than 18 to put in for this. And this one says, the name of it again is American Blue. And it is a monochromatic piece. And I'm just going to be curious, if you were to get it, do you like monochromatic pieces? What color would you do that in? Would you leave it blue? Would you try another color? Just leave a comment to that effect down below. I think it's a gorgeous design. I really do. I'm going to look at it again. So you've got lots of needlework paraphernalia. It looks like a quilt and a house. So you've got scissors, so quilting scissors, spool of thread, buttons, tomato pin cushion, embroidery scissors beside it, thread, a sewing machine, a quilt here. It's just beautiful, beautiful. And it calls for blue jeans, Week Style Works blue jeans. So if you're familiar with your Week Style Works colors, that's a beautiful blue. Just kind of faded, just like a pair of blue jeans that you've had for a long while, and they just fit you like a glove, and you don't want to get rid of them, but they're no longer blue, they're faded. It's a perfect blue color. But I may change it to red, I'm not sure. But I did keep a copy, copy for myself. And so I do have these 2 others. So again, Robin, if you're watching, thank you so much. I do appreciate it, and this is such a lovely design. So this coming week, I'm going to continue to work on my sales. I'm going to work on the red one tonight. I'm going to try to put a few stitches in the mirror for Mirror May, for Kira, my friend, for her birthday month. And I'll put a few stitches in for my friend Mary and Natasha. They've posted some updates of their own. Well, Natasha can't send photos right now, but she's chatting along, so I know she's made a start working on hers. But I hope you all have had a wonderful Mother's Day if you celebrated with your family. And I hope you find ways to keep your life a little less pressured, like I'm trying to do now. Find something that gives you comfort and peace of mind, whether it's gardening or time with family or you stitching, that you can do that. And until next time, until next week, hugs and stitches, everyone. Bye-bye.